may remember earlier this year, Trump administration had said, we are making changes at the VA for LGBTQ veterans. And one of those was taking down the signage, which showed support to LGBTQ. Here at the Albuquerque VA, I didn't see that change happen until my last appointment. And I was highly disappointed. And let me tell you why. You may or may not know, I was discharged from the military in 1996 for homosexual admission. You see, the time was don't ask, don't tell. You weren't allowed to talk about it, and they weren't allowed to ask about it. But one problem, they asked a lot of other questions, a lot of times, very personal questions about my physical activities with people of the same gender, with people of opposite gender, and just things that you wouldn't want to write home about. As a result of being questioned so many times, the harassment began, and I started to be treated in a very horrific manner. Things that people would say to me like, wait till we get you overseas and they won't know who did it to you then. And there was a lot of people being physically harmed and even unalived in the military at that time, so it just wasn't safe for somebody like me. That's where we both decided that it was time for me to part ways. I received an honorable discharge because I had outstanding service. I went through all of this traumatic experience, and even through all of it, I still was a top performer. I should be proud of that. I should have been happy about that. But here I was going through this very horrific situation where I wasn't deemed worthy enough to serve my country any longer, and then I was sent to the VA to go sign up. I did for a short time. My time visiting the VA for medical services was not great. I was pushed to the back of the line. I would show up for an appointment, not to be given my appointment on that day. I would wait days to get a call back to get back in, and I would be told when I'd ask, why can't I make an appointment when I'm set up in the VA as a veteran? They would tell me, not for veterans like you. And I would say, but I have an honorable discharge. And they would go, I understand, but it's still not for you. Because I wasn't treated well at the VA, I opted to purchase my own medical care through my employer, which I received at the time I was lucky enough to find work that had that offering. I paid a lot for medical care, and I paid a lot for medical care that I shouldn't have had to pay for. It should have been covered by the VA this entire time. Fast forward a couple of decades to where the VA is now respecting LGBTQ and putting up signage to show who is safe. And there was even doctors that you can sign up to go and see because they would say, I